So our finale of the show, I saved for a special reason because it's about money, and money makes things happen. They say, Frank, the best things in life are free, but also things that you need cost money. They should add that into it, right? So
True.
Frank helps people figure out money. I had the pleasure of spending time with Frank face to face. So before we get to money, Frank, I really appreciated your post as a sponsor in the group that have had nothing to do about financial planning, more to do about fun. What was the winner of the favorite Christmas drink? Because people really, they heard that one, and I saw they were posting. Or what's your favorite Christmas drink?
In my opinion, Paul, the winner was the drink that I posted, the peppermint martini.
I like that. That's a good one.
There were a lot of good recipes on there, and I'm glad everybody shared them because I'm gonna sample them all, Paul.
I heard a good comment about people. I said, I don't want to be too controversial, but do people think Die Hard is a Christmas movie? And many people say, yes, it is. But someone said Bruce Willis said it's not. But someone made a very good point as to why I don't think it's truly a Christmas movie, because they said Christmas movies are ones that you would feel weird about watching if it wasn't Christmas time, right? Weird. It would be weird to watch it in July. And so if I say the old fashioned is my favorite holiday drink, that doesn't count because you can drink those 12 months of the year. So it's pepper. I like that boundary, right? No one's really drinking a peppermint martini in April. So I think that's a good winner there, Frank.
And a valid point about Die Hard as well.
Yeah. So tell us what you do on a daily basis with Lifetime Financial Growth. You guys are an awesome sponsor. You can text LFG to 215-798-9897 to get connected. But just clue our audience in on what you do to decrease annoyance for dentists in this space.
Yeah, first, thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it. This is really wonderful. We're financial professionals with Lifetime Financial Growth. Like you said, proud new sponsor of the group, along with my business partners, Dan Spickert and Matt Binstock, who are sorry they couldn't be here today. And our goal, quite simply, is to support dental professionals, entrepreneurs like yourself, and helping them to maximize their financial potential. And how we do that is by taking a comprehensive and holistic approach to identify and address financial imbalances and vulnerabilities like embedded taxes, like legal risks, like lifestyle impacts, asset mismanagement, and ineffective debt strategies, right, to name some, to better prevent these issues from impeding your potential to grow your wealth to its fullest potential. Because I'm sure you'd agree, Paul, right, it's challenging as a dental professional, right, as a practice owner, as an entrepreneur, as a husband, as a father. It's hard navigating all of these different realms and challenges required.
Well, I think people don't have the right amount of compassion for dentists, because people will say, we're just a rich dentist who works in air conditioning. And every dentist wants to cry inside because they're like, A, we're not that rich. B, you guys are always complaining. But we just say it. But one of the things I'll share is I haven't met another group of people that go from like $300,000 in debt to earning $300,000 in such a short time frame. And while people might think that that's awesome, I've always heard that cliche that people who win the lottery ruin their lives because they're not used to having money. This might not be as dramatic, but maybe is that something you see in your client base where it's like, hey, everyone tells me I have no money and I'm constantly in debt. Now people are telling me I have money. Sometimes you create dysfunctional relationships with debt. Talk to us more about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time, right? It's you go from what we call like making your, you go from early on in your career in school, right? And when you're D3, D4, and then you go into making your big boy and big girl checks, right? And when you get into associations and practices, it's that we like to get in front of people early. Like we like to provide education to them on, when they're getting at the start of their career, because it's much easier educating them from a financial standpoint in terms of, income protection measures and protecting their cash flow and asset growth and development, how they can leverage that to accumulate wealth.
I think it's great points. And also, one thing in this, I'll share this as a dentist. What most of my patients wish they did sooner with dentures is they wish they got dental implants sooner. I do them and they hemmed and hawed and they said it wasn't worth the money. And then they do it and they go, Dr. Paul, I should have done this sooner, right? I'm like, I know, I told you to do it sooner many times and you claimed I was ripping you off. But now look at you, you're happy with your implants. You can eat chicken parm at your granddaughter's recital. Tell us that in the dental world. What are some wish I did it sooner things? Because I think that's such a valuable share from a person who's been around the proverbial block with this. What is something your UC dentists wish they did sooner in a education-based way in the financial world?
I mean, I think debt management is one that really hits home for a lot of people right now. Student loan debts, of course. A lot of people, we had that pause for a
Yeah.
few years, and now student loans have reactivated. And if there wasn't proper planning and preparation around that during those few years, then you might be feeling some stressors right now. And share a personal story of a friend of mine that I was just able to help. And I just talked to him yesterday. He said I could share this story today, but he's 35 years old, and still had something to the tune of $310,000 left
Yeah.
in the student loan debt. So I connected him with a resource of ours who specializes in student loan debt management. They connected. He called me a few weeks later and he said, thank you so much for providing me that resource. They were able to help him extinguish $222,000
Wow.
remaining student loan debt. That's over 3/4 of the student loan debt over the course of 6 years, because it turns out that he qualifies for PSLF, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, right? Which is a nice surprise for him.
Yes.
I mean, so we're
It's
not
learning the. I love that
things,
story, Frank.
but
You got to know the rules of the game. You see this at NFL football with the coaches who know sometimes these obscure rules that allow them to do something cool. And what I just want to share as we kind of wrap up with this is like, you're not supposed to know this on your own, right? Have you noticed there's a weird thing inside of dentists that's like, oh, I guess I should know this on my own, all to their detriment of success. Like no one ever taught them how to deal with student loan debt, but there's this like feeling like, I guess I should figure it out on my own. Why not get help? And they cross paths with someone like you, and now they're 75% of their loan debt is gone. I love that story. But have you seen that theme with some dentist clients?
Sure. I mean, we see it with everybody, right? I mean, so just like you're a hub, Paul, right? You're a touch point for dental professionals seeking resources for them to excel in that profession, make it feel a little bit easier. We act in the very same capacity, in a similar capacity. We want to be sort of a financial quarterback for dentists to help them coordinate with various fields like financial and with professionals in financial and estate planning, taxation, legal matters, practice management, through an approach that's really designed to help them achieve a stable and balanced financial situation. Because it's difficult. There are so many niche areas, just like in the world of medicine, right? That I'm not aware of.
Right.
There are so many niche areas that there are specialists that are there to help you. It's the same in the world of finance, and that's kind of what we're here for, is to be that path for you, to be that Sherpa, if you will.
I love that. I think more dentists have hired someone to help them take care of their Disney World trip than they have their finances. And, I think you should say, we take care of your finances so you can have more fun. And I appreciate you sharing this and bring awareness to, there are people out there who have your back with this. There are people out there who do this every day. So people can text LFG to 215-798-9897. I know money is such a personal thing, so it's hard to get people to move forward. So if they do that and they connect with you, what happens on the first call?
Right. So if you guys connect, we're just going to sit down and we're going to learn a little bit more about each other, right? And we're going to see if there's a good fit there. And that's really it. It's just getting to know each other. We want to learn about your values, what's important to you, personally and professionally. And if at the end of that first call, it seems like there's a good fit there, we'll move forward. If not, we'll shake hands and part ways.
Yeah, and you learn something. And sometimes not everything's right now, but you always leave those conversations learning something. Well, I appreciate all that you do. Can't wait to see you in person. Oh, do you want to share one more thing?
Real quick, yeah, I just want to share.
Yeah, sure.
If you do want to connect with us, we can hop on a Zoom call to learn more about each other. We'll give you a complimentary access to our living balance sheet system, which is a tool that we utilize with our clients that helps to provide comprehensive and real-time overview of your entire financial landscape. And it's a really powerful instrument to help identify any gaps or vulnerabilities that might exist with what you're doing currently financially. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
I love that. You call it to dentists like it's like a full mouth series of x-rays and perio charting. You don't have to know what that means. They'll know it. Say, hey, we're going to take a look like a full mouth series of x-rays and your perio charting, assess your financial health, and move forward from there. I love that tool. Well, thanks so much, Frank. Stick around for a minute, but we're going to end the show here. And thanks so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.